Hi, fellow stargazers. I'm Amy Jackson, author of Cassandra and the Night Sky. I want to say a big thank you to the International Dark Sky Association for inviting me here today to tell you my star story. And thank you for supporting the wonderful work that the IDA does to preserve our night sky. I'm an astronomy educator, and I also work in the field of dark sky conservation here in Central Texas, where I live. When I was co-leading an astronomy camp some years back, I had the campers create their own constellations and their own star stories, and they inspired me so much that I had to write my own. So I'm here today to read that story to you. Cassandra and the Night Sky. Now, the beautiful images you're about to see and the artwork are created by my mom, Donna Paredes. And every book has a dedication. This book is dedicated to you, to all the future stargazers everywhere. Once upon a time, there was an evil and greedy king. He sent his armies traveling far across the world to bring back all the treasures they could find. He grew greedier and greedier until one day he decided he would have the most precious treasure of all, the twinkling night sky. One by one, the twinkling lights went out until they ceased to exist. Much time passed, and the starry sky faded into bedtime folk tales only children believed. In this kingdom lived a princess named Cassandra. She grew up listening to fables about a time when the stars shine brilliantly. Her nanny Rula spoke of giant figures and shapes in the sky that changed with the turn of the seasons. She spoke of how sailors sailed in sparkling seas, the twinkling lights guiding their ships and illuminating the deep, dark ocean. The lack of twinkling lights did not concern the princess much. She was very busy living a royal life. Her days were filled with royal duties and each and every toy she could imagine. This was a particularly special year, however, for Cassandra was to turn 9. The special day arrived with a royal celebration, fanfare, and festivities. Cassandra was showered with gifts. Yet one gift in particular stood out from the rest. Her nanny gave her a battered old teapot. How childish and useless, she thought. What good can come of that? Her days of pretend tea parties were over. Looks can be deceiving, said her nanny Rula, noticing Cassandra's disapproval. It is yours, and only you can determine where it will best be served. The princess was perplexed. She didn't understand what Rula meant, as she was oblivious to the beauty that lay sleeping inside. She gave it to one of her servants' children after the party in hopes she would never see it again. One warm summer day, Cassandra found her servant's little daughter pretending to have a tea party with a battered old teapot. "What are you doing here?" Cassandra yelled at the little girl. "Why are you in my room, and why do you have that wretched teapot?" The little girl stammered, I wanted to have a tea party with you, and thank you for giving this gift to me." Just then, Cassandra started to notice steam coming from the spout of the teapot. They both thought the teapot was empty. At the same time, both reached to take the lid off to see what was inside. Their eyes widened as they saw patterns and swirling rainbows of color swimming and shining in a sea of darkness. Cassandra quickly closed the lid, mesmerized by what she saw. Luckily she did, because something else was hidden inside the teapot that was not so pleasant. Do you remember the old fables about the evil king who stole the night sky? Cassandra whispered. Yes, answered the little girl. It is here. He hid it inside the belly of this teapot, exclaimed Cassandra. What do we do? Asked the little girl. We must bring back the night sky and make it as it once was all those years ago, said Cassandra. Cassandra picked up the teapot and walked over to the window. She called down to her long-time guard and companion, Cygnus, we need you. The graceful swan heard her call, flew from his post in the moat, and perched himself on her windowsill. Cassandra gallantly climbed onto the swan's back, carrying the teapot. Fly high into the night sky. Don't stop flying, Cygnus. What Cassandra did not know was that the evil, greedy king from long ago had hidden a poisonous scorpion to guard the contents of the teapot in case anyone ever found it. Her servant's little girl watched Cygnus and Cassandra fly from the windowsill and off into the ink-black night sky. Just when she could not see them anymore, Cassandra took the lid off the teapot. A long, twinkling stream of steam spread itself across the sky. The stream of steam glowed brightly, lit up by millions of stars. All at once, the night sky was returned, but to Cassandra's dismay, the last thing to leave the teapot was the scorpion. The scorpion saw its potential prey and started to swing its tail at Cassandra and Cygnus. Cygnus bravely swooped down and fought off the scorpion as Cassandra held on tight. Cygnus flung the scorpion off into the starry stream of sparkling steam. Oh, you did it, Cygnus, sighed the much-relieved Cassandra as she hugged the swan's long neck. With overwhelming joy, Cassandra and Cygnus rose higher and higher up into the sky together. Wonder and joy enveloped the kingdom from that day forward. Every summer, Cassandra, Cygnus, the teapot, and the scorpion share space in the sky for all to see and remember the bravery of the princess and the swan. As we look up at the stars at night, we see a multitude of shining dots. Different cultures throughout the ages have wondered about the night sky and made their own star stories to explain the heavens above. The teapot constellation in the story is also known as Sagittarius the Archer, according to Greek mythology. It is more commonly known as the teapot. To find it, you can look south in the sky as night falls in mid to late summer in the northern hemisphere. The steam coming out from the teapot and reaching across the sky is our very own Milky Way galaxy. We are looking into the center of our galaxy in the summertime. To the right of the teapot is Scorpius the scorpion. Also in Greek mythology, Cassandra is known as Cassiopeia the queen. She's commonly shown sitting on a throne. Close by is Cygnus the swan, flying through the sky with wings outstretched. Cygnus flies close to Cassandra as they circle the Little Dipper throughout the year in the northern hemisphere. Now it's your turn to go outside at night, look up, and connect the stars to make up your very own star stories to share. Thank you so much for listening to my story today. And again, a big thank you to the International Dark Sky Association for putting this together for International Dark Sky Week. And thank you again to you for all the support and the work that you do to help preserve our night skies.